My name's Sean Higgins. I'm 29. In the morning, I set 3 alarms to wake up. So my shift starts at 9. I wake up about 7:30. So I set the first alarm at 10 past, the second alarm at 20 past, and then eventually get up at 7:30. At that point, I walk straight from my bedroom straight into the bathroom to have a shower. Jump into that shower for between 4 and 6 minutes. Basics, get out there, still sleeping basically as I'm in there. Get out of the shower, dry myself up, and I'll brush my teeth. During when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm getting my stuff ready for work, so I'll pick out my pass to get into work and get the cigarettes ready and the headset ready, which is the most important thing. At that point, I'll be brushing my teeth, I'll go in and I'll look at the wardrobe, see what I'm wearing today, and cross my fingers, hope I don't need to iron anything. Once I've decided what I'm wearing, I'll get that on. Walk into the kitchen at that point, make myself a cup of tea or have some crunchy nut cornflakes. Don't normally eat in the morning. By that time, it's normally time to get ready to go for the train. So I got up at 7:30, my train's at like 20 past 8. So I have to leave myself plenty of time. Train station's just along the road, so I just walk along there, and that's when I have my first cigarette, which normally wakes me up pretty much. Buy my train ticket at the station, and I'll get on my train and I'll try and go to sleep. I'll set my alarm for another 8 minutes, which I know the train takes to get to my proper station. So hopefully there's nobody sitting inside me in the train as well, and I can get a good sleep. Once I get into my station at Charing Cross, I'll head to my work, where I work in investment banking, dealing with customers' queries about their investment accounts. So I'll start the shift at 9 AM, and at that point I'll start taking my first calls. I'll take between anywhere between 40 and 60 calls a day, speaking to customers who generally they don't know they have an investment. They're looking to query something on their account. That day's split up between 4 breaks, so I have a break first before my lunch, so start at 9 o'clock, get my first break about 10:30, at which point I'll take my earphones out, sunglasses hopefully, head down the stairs and have a cigarette. That's a 15-minute break, and then I'll head back up to resume the remainder of my shift, which is broken up by lunchtime next. So I'll normally go back into the work about quarter to 11. Lunchtime won't be to about 12:30, 1 o'clock. At lunchtime, I'll head down the stairs to the cafeteria to see what they've got on offer. If it's not something I like the look of, I'll head into the town to see if I can get a Subway or a Greggs, something that more suits my needs. I'll have my second cigarette at that point, walking along to get my lunch. Bring the lunch back to the cafeteria, where we'll sit, whoever's on lunch at the same time, we'll sit and have a chat. At that point, when we're all finished lunch, which lasts an hour, before we go upstairs to start taking calls again, we will go out for another cigarette and head back up the stairs to deal with our customers. Hopefully at the time after lunch it starts to get a little bit quieter and there's some gaps between the calls, we can start talking to each other rather than talking to customers about how to get logged on online or take all the money out of Santander or add more money in. And at that point, you're just counting the hours down to the next break again, which is normally come back from your lunch about 1:30. Next break will be about 3:30. So that gives you 2 hours on the phone. Once again, at that point, there's nothing much else you can do except to put your earphones in, jump down and have a cigarette. Get back up at that point, it's 3:45, so you know you're almost at the end of your shift. So that's the easy part of the day done. So you just get that done, speak to the rest of your customers and try and get signed out for 5 o'clock. Hopefully you don't get a call just before that, which keeps you behind. And at that point, 5 o'clock, you'll start heading home. So my train's at 25 past. So if I get stuck on a call, I might miss that train. So hopefully I get out straight away and I'll head along to get the train, which takes me about 10-15 minutes to get home. At which point I'll head home, have another cigarette and then walk home and decide what I'm having for my dinner. If I've not got anything in the fridge, I'll walk across to the shops and buy something, or else I'll phone myself a takeaway. Whilst I'm waiting for the takeaway to come, I'll normally stick something on the TV, listen to the football phone in, or just basically browse online, see what's happening. Maybe phone a few people, see what they're doing that night. Normally get my dinner made about 6:30, or else it gets delivered at 6:30 normally. I'll eat my food whilst I'm listening to my music or got the TV on, and at that point it's normally about 7 o'clock, 7:15, and then we'll see what we're doing with the rest of the night. So if there's no football on anything, I'll normally just sit in and watch TV, but if there's football on, then I'll head out to the pub with a couple of my friends, have a few drinks and watch the football. Normally I'll go to the bookies before I go to the pub and spend some of my hard-earned cash that I've worked for during that day. At that point, I'll spend the rest of the time in the pub watching the football, hoping that my bet comes in and that I don't have to go to work the next day. And Normally get home from the pub once the football's finished, 10:15, 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that, depending on how it's went. And I'll come back here, have another cigarette, stick something down on the TV, and sit on the couch with a blanket. Wait till I feel dozy enough, and then I'll go into the toilet, brush my teeth, and from there it's just the reverse from the morning, and I'll head into bed and try and fall asleep. And that's normally about 11:15, 11:30 at night.